Alright guys, what's up? So, on my last video that I uploaded, one of you posted in the comments what you wanted to see. I'll put that comment right here. So, basically, I've already eaten most of my meals for the day, so I'm not going to exactly post a video of what I eat prior to a workout, but it's pretty much going to follow the same guidelines as I have here. It's just going to be a little bit less food. So starting with a steak, I'm going to use my Zatarain's Creole seasoning. It's basically seasonal salt. And I'm going to heavily season the steak and set it off to the side. So then pat the seasoning into one side to make sure it sticks, because you're going to be flipping it over and you don't want it to stick on the bottom. So you do the same thing on the other side. And you pat that in. I do want to make sure to let you guys know that this is basically me cooking inside of a dorm. So if you're in college, you can definitely do this too. You just need to buy the plug-in skillets. I don't have any cookware. So I have an Oster cooking skillet, non-stick. It's awesome for everything. You can cook anything from potatoes to steak to, you could fry some rice. You can do pretty much anything in it. So not having a cooking area isn't really an excuse not to be able to eat well. Okay, so we have the skillet going down there. You can see it in the reflection. I'm gonna film in the mirror because it's a lot easier than just flipping it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So we have the skillet going, and then as you can also see right there, we have my rice cooker. And again, I don't have a cook space, so I'm just going to use my rice cooker and my skillet, and that's going to make it a lot easier than not eating at all. So rice cookers are pretty simple. All you need is a power outlet and water. So I have my pre-measured cup of jasmine rice. I'm not going to polish it. Some people like to polish it. I don't really mind either way. It gives a little bit better flavor, but again, I don't really mind either way. So you add your rice into your container, and then on the inside of most rice containers, you can see the measurements. I found that that's pretty damn accurate, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then it's literally as simple as drop the bucket in, you hit the power button, close it, then you hit the option for white rice, and then it will automatically cook on its own. I said I was going to come back when the clock said about 10, but I'm starting to smell the rice. That means it's starting to be cooked. That means I need to add my coconut oil into the rice. What this is going to do is it's going to make it so that it doesn't get all sticky and burnt on the bottom of the rice pan. So what I'll usually do is I'll just take my rice spoon, and I'll get a substantial amount on there, and then I will put it into the rice and I'll mix it in. Sometimes it can stick, so I just leave it over the steam for a little bit, and it usually melts around 70 degrees. So leave it over the steam. Once it starts to drip, give it a couple hits and it'll fall right off. And some of the rice is already starting to stick to the bottom, so I'm just going to put my green beans in, and we will get the ball rolling on that as well. So now I'm going to put the green beans in, and I'm going to put the steak on, and they should finish around the same time. The green beans that I'm using are Steam Fresh from Bird's Eye, and I really like Steam Fresh because of the fact that I can literally just throw them in the microwave, 5.5 minutes for these ones, and they're ready to serve. So now with putting the steak on, I also like to use a little bit of coconut oil, so that way it doesn't make a mess, doesn't really get stuck on the pan. Even though it says non-stick, when it gets a little bit too hot, it'll still stick. I have it sitting at about 340, 350 degrees. the steak's been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes on one side, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to flip it, and we'll see how nice the sear is. Okay, so now the steak is just about done, and what I like to do just before it finishes, I like to throw it on a plate, and then I allow it to continue cooking while it's sitting on the plate, otherwise known as resting. So I'm back with the green beans. They're in here, they are hot, they're super cooked, so I'm going to add them onto the plate. I normally will put the entire package onto the plate. I can eat as many vegetables as I want, really. They don't really do much for my diet. So I'm gonna add the entire bag onto my plate, and then I'm going to add some rice. So now I have my 12 ounces of steak, I have a little bit more than a cup of rice, and I also have all of my green beans. So that is a meal for the end of the night where I'm done working out. I don't have to worry about it being too heavy, and I'll usually eat this a little bit after, or a couple hours before I am going to sleep. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe.